Hi, welcome to Clutter Bravado.
Yes, and it's the energy. It's not just about the stuff.
So we should probably just get into it, right?
Let's go.
Hello, Laurent.
Hello, Elyse.
How are you?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I mean, we've wished each other Happy New Year before, let's face it.
Yeah.
But it is our Happy New Year of
It is
Clutter Bravado 2026.
2026. I'm feeling a little optimistic about this year because could it get worse? I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but I have a good feeling about this year. I'm really optimistic about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I was more optimistic about 2026 when it was December,
2025.
2025. It's starting, whatever. It's starting a little on the weird side.
It is. It is.
But we're here. We're
are.
back. Mm-hmm. And that's exciting.
So tell me about your life. How has your life been for the past month? What have we missed?
What have we missed? We've missed so many things. Lots of movies.
Lots of movies.
That you brought me to
I've
for
been
the most part.
making you come to a lot of screenings. We'll get into that a little bit later.
So that's been one. Chloe came down and visited before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas was completely relaxing. Did not go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That was a welcome break, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Finished some new projects and a few new chairs for clients. So that's been fun.
Yeah.
Really fun. And the people that I'm doing that with are really good friends. So it's been triple fun.
So you're doing a lot more custom stuff these days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of custom work.
And what else? Books. I've started reading books.
Ooh.
I know.
We're gonna get to our.
Since,
We both started doing this.
well,
we
it was a decision that we both made together.
We did it together as a team. Yeah, because we're spending a lot of time on our phones, and this year it needs to be the year of like community and getting to know a little bit more about culture and really connecting to art that has been around for ages that we just haven't been accessing or really getting to know. So we're doing that a little bit. So we'll go through our reading lists a little bit later.
What about you?
So Christmas for me, also very chill. Very, very chill. I have been really focused on setting myself up for a 2026 that I can be proud of. Especially before we took our break, I was talking a bit about how I was focusing more on acting again. And I am definitely doing that. I have a new agent. I have not quite yet, but I'm like about to sign with a new manager and I'm very excited about that. And I'm also, just getting into some work. I've been shooting a few projects lately, which has been really fun, and getting to do it with people that I really respect and that some friends of mine that I haven't worked with before that I've gotten to work with now. And it's really cool. It's really, really cool. And something I'm really excited about for the coming year is letting this year, not starting with like a New Year's resolution where I'm starting from scratch or like starting cold. It felt like I used the holidays and that holiday break as an opportunity to figure out what I have, to take a little inventory about where I'm at right now and what I can move forward with. And it's all stuff that I'm already doing, which is really cool. So it feels like just moving forward a little bit at a time. Like every day, is there something that I can do that will help to progress my life in one way or another, helping to move forward rather than just staying stagnant, So yeah, that's, my holidays for Christmas, New Year's, I spent a little time with my friends, which was awesome, getting to hang out with my girlfriends. But yeah, it was really just some downtime, some rest time, and some time to get myself organized and ready for what's to come.
Ready for what's to come. Well, your year started with a bang. A manager and an agent. I think that in the first 10 days of January, that was like, okay, check.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty big check.
Yeah,
It's a pretty big check mark. Yeah, so
And
very excited about that.
there's another news that you should be sharing, right?
Is there?
In February?
Yes. Yes, yes. My one-woman show, Pickled. I've done it 3 times before. When we first met, actually, right before we started the podcast, I had done a run of the show. And I haven't done it since then. So it's been like a year and a half. And it was time. So I'm going to be putting Pickled, a one-woman show, back up at the Broadwater Theater Black Box on February 20th through the 22nd.
So you'll post a bunch,
I will be
right?
annoying about it.
Good.
Yes.
Good, because I saw it a year and a half ago, and I thought it was so well done and so creative and so emotional that I can't recommend it enough. So I mean, I absolutely adored it. So I'm excited that you're doing that again.
Yes. Yeah. It really is a show that's sort of it's a combination of everything that I do. It is poetry, it's music, it's acting, it's a little dance. Dance is in there. There's film elements to it too. And then it's also telling a really authentic, really true story about my life. And it's very vulnerable. But it's something that I was talking to you about this a little bit the other day. How when I first put it up about 4 years ago, I was in this place in my life where I was a little bit nervous about telling the story, about like being open and honest about it. And at the same time, I think what I was sort of seeking from it was a kind of external validation that like I did a good job. And having put it up a few times since then, a lot since then, this run of it feels different. This time it feels like I am honored to share, that it feels like something I'm called to talk about and to share about in an honest way, and not needing to sell out every seat or feel like I need a million rave reviews in order to feel like it's good enough.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just excited to be able to go up there and tell the story again. I'm not as attached to it as I have been in the past. But what's cool about when you create a show like that, and that's telling a really honest story, we saw a show together, a one-woman show. My friend Tatum has this incredible show called Redeem Her, and she put it on. Again, it was around the same time when she put it up the first time 4 years ago, and she just put it on for what may be the last run, and we got to see it. And in the way that she spoke about it is, she's like, I have. Her words were, I've catharted. But it is a process of catharsis. It is this healing that happens externally in performing it and
Right.
putting it in front of people. And yeah, I feel like this time that I'm doing it, I don't have the same hangups around it, but I still like navigating that part of me still feels really intimate, and it still feels like something that that needs to be shared. So getting to do that, I'm really, really, really excited about it. We'll plug it again at the end of the episode, but February 20th through the 22nd, Pickled, a one-woman show, will be at the Broadwater Black Box in Hollywood. So that's on like Santa Monica and Vine.
And then the week prior to that, we're going back to Palm Springs to do our little podcast.
Yes, our little podcast. You keep saying that,
I
little
love
podcast.
our little podcast.
But wait, before we get to what we have coming up, I kind of want to go back for a second and talk about starting the new year. So yes, we have these events coming up and we have these like really cool things to look forward to, but we vision boarded together. We did a vision board together. Well, vision boards together. It was sort of sitting down and like having that, like planning for what our intentions are for the coming year. And that process was really cool because I got to get a little bit of an insight into how you work and how your brain works. You got to know a little bit about how mine does, because I did come up with the process. I love making lists and I love having things organized and having everything sort of compartmentalized. And and being able to sort of break it down into like bullet points and like these are the different areas of my life that I am currently working in and how I want to improve. What were some highlights from your vision board? Do you want to share them?
Do I want to share them? That would be that's highly personal, and
It is.
but there were some. I mean, we both talking. We both realized that we were already doing a lot in terms of health, for example, where that's been obviously a focus on mine since sobriety, but I want to push that a little further. And I know that, you too. So that's been, realizing that we're doing a lot and we can tweak a little bit, but we didn't have to be like starting to work out. We're going to start working out. I'm like, no, we are already working out and exercising and eating well. We just need to, it's like try a few new things. I always read, not a lot, but I've always had a book going. But I think that like being more intentional about it and coming up with a list and, studying, like really thinking about what do I want to read and where do I want to go with that. That was fun. And I think that it's going to help me a lot more accountable. And fortunately, the book I chose in late December was 1984. And
George
now I feel
Orwell.
like I'm reading the New York Times when I'm reading 1984. So that I might have, but I'll finish it. And then, and it does give me a tiny bit of anxiety. But you know what? It's an amazing book. I can't recommend it enough. And so that's been, and then being focused on, for example, community again, and really being intentional on how that looks like, going to that one woman show and participating in more events where people are present and not online. I think that planning that's makes me feel really good, and supporting also creatives and artists in a more intentional way is quite good. Your turn.
Yeah, I mean, well, community was a huge part of my vision board for this year. Getting in person with people. So going to more live performances, going to the movies.
Right.
And yes, I also have reading on mine. I did put together a book a month book list, what I'm reading. I created a Medium article that was just like, so I can keep myself focused. But my goal is not just to do the reading. It's also to write a little book report, to make sure that I know how to talk about the things that I've just read.
Right.
Because I find that sometimes I'll read a book and then 6 months later, I'm like, oh, wait, what was that about? That it disappears. And a big reason why I wanted to do that is I've talked about this many times on the show. I have an addiction to my phone. And what I have discovered is that something that I'm seeking is community. Like, we're often seeking connection and community. And social media can sometimes feel like that. But with the way that social media has been going lately, with inundated with AI videos, it's overwhelming, actually. And also that a lot of people aren't able to spot when something is an AI video. It's really eerie and it makes me really uncomfortable. So the in-person community element is like spending more time with my friends, having more dinner parties, going out to more events, and really connecting with people. Like, when I want to pick up my phone and just like look at social media or something, maybe I want to call somebody instead.
Right.
And keeping those connections really strong, that's something that's really huge for me. And obviously the whole fitness thing, like, I want to be able to bench press a lot. It's funny, like with fitness, a lot of other like women that I know that work out, like they usually only do like heavy lifting and lower body. I'm like, yeah, that's fine and everything. But I love the feeling of working out my upper body. And the more I've been doing it, the better it feels. And yeah, I've just decided, like, I mean, I watched one battle after another, and I saw Tiana Taylor, and I was like, I want to be able to do what she does. The kind of acting I want to do is the kind of acting that, like, I want that kind of role, like a badass, strong woman. And I mean, a strong woman who bench presses, like, that's gonna be me. So speaking of movies, though, I've taken you to a lot of screenings.
Yeah, yes.
It's award season, and as a SAG member, I have the opportunity to attend a lot of screenings, and this is a great time for me to just, like, bring you along so that you can see what this is like from the other side of it. And we've seen quite a few. Do you have a top 3 movies that you've seen?
Oh yeah, Hamnet. No, I think that, I mean, yeah, Hamnet was, for someone who is in the arts, kind of, I thought that it was filmed so well. I think the acting was magical. I think the story was great. I think that the whole crew, and listening to Chloe Zhao last night
at the Golden Globe,
yeah, made me love that movie even more. We saw Bugonia twice.
Yeah, actually.
And I thought that was such an incredible movie. The acting was just, Emma Stone was just mind-boggling in that thing.
She's so good.
The movie was fun.
You kind of have a crush on Emma Stone, don't you? You did mention that.
I did mention that, but I think
you think she's a real babe.
She is. I mean,
she's
look,
such
she's
a babe.
She's such a babe.
Yeah,
I was
she's
actually
an incredible actress.
Yeah, but she was fun, and so that's number 2. Number 3 is probably going to be One Battle After Another.
Okay.
I thought that was not my favorite movie, but a really good movie.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that the acting was perfect. I think that the movie is really well done. No, I really loved it.
Yeah. Mine is similar to you. My top 1 is, it's such a tie between Sinners and Hamnet, and it's so funny because they could not be more different. But I love those 2 movies so much.
Right.
I love those 2 movies so much. And I think the thing, like the through line between both of them that I really love is it is a great story.
Right.
Both of them have incredible stories, and the thing about Hamnet that I really appreciated was how, like you said, like how beautiful it was. The production design for that film was absolutely stunning.
Right.
It was shot brilliantly, and you feel everything the characters are feeling. The acting was top tier. Jessie Buckley last night just won Best Actress in a Drama, which I mean, it had to go to her. It had to go to her. She was so inspiring, and her performance felt so real, and I really connected with that character. And yes, I mean, I think that film was really spectacular. However, Sinners was such an original story.
Right.
It was unexpected. So I didn't know anything about the movie when I went into it, except that it's really good. And I was so pleasantly surprised so many times throughout that film. I thought, again, all of the performances were incredible. Michael B. Jordan playing 2 characters that are different, but yet twins. Wow.
It was quite spectacular.
It was really, really, really good. I also love the production design on that. I love the music in it. There were so many. I mean, it was a feast. That movie was a feast. Okay. And so that's tied for 1 though. Okay. So
fair.
two is Bugonia. Bugonia was the most satisfying film experience that I've had in a while. I love it when a story starts in one place and ends in a different place. That's important to me. Where it starts and you ask yourself questions throughout the whole thing, and then when you get to the end, there's this like, oh, no way, amazing, this is great. And like, I felt energized by it. I loved it. It was also very dark and very sort of twisted. We went to a screening of it, which was great, where we got to see Emma Stone and Yorgos Lanthimos and Jesse Plemons and Will. Is it Will Stacy? Is that his
The
name?
writer?
Yeah, I hope I said that right. Otherwise, it's Will Tracy, which would be awful. But anyway, the writer, I got to meet him afterward. He's brilliant. And so it was based on an existing film, but it was rewritten for an American audience and based on sort of where we're at right now as a society. And I felt like it really created a beautiful snapshot of sort of a dark underbelly of how everything's working.
Right.
It talks about corporate America. It talks about conspiracy theories, people that are obsessed with their phones and with the internet and like doing their own research. And throughout all of that, you laugh at times.
At times.
You are uncomfortable
Right.
at times. And it all feels so nonsensical. And the way that it ends is beautiful and so satisfying and silly. It played with the story. And I loved that. Big fan of Yorgos Lanthimos overall, and a big fan of Emma Stone. Jesse Plemons gave an incredible performance in that film, and he really made me like I didn't for a second think that he was a guy playing that
Right.
kind of character. He just felt like that guy. So that's number 2. 3.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I don't think that you're gonna like this answer, but
Oh boy.
if I had legs, I'd kick you.
Oh.
I really, really liked it. The more I've sat with it, the more I've been like really sitting with it. I really loved how that story was told. There were a lot of really unique methods of storytelling in that. For example, there's a character of a daughter that you don't see.
Right.
And
that
it's
was
so
so
focused
brilliant.
on Rose Byrne and her performance, and she sells it.
Mm-hmm.
You feel how she's feeling as you carry through the story, and as she sort of unravels, you're still on her side, even though she's insane. and yeah, the casting for that was really, really unique and really, really interesting. Conan O'Brien in an acting role, which is not something that you see very often.
Right, and he was great.
Yeah, and he was great. He was really, really good. I know that you didn't particularly care for that one a whole lot. I mean, you liked it and respected it, but
I respected it
Yeah.
a lot. It made me feel very uncomfortable. But Rose Byrne was just on fire in that role.
yeah. Now, when it comes to One Battle After Another, I saw it twice. And the second time that I saw it was in a Q&A with Tiana Taylor. And I have a lot of respect for her. I really love her. I think that I loved seeing her win the award last night. And I have a lot of thoughts about the movie. And even though I've seen it twice, I still have a lot of questions. And I'm not sure that the story that was told changed anything, whether it changed itself or changed how I think about something. It didn't. It really painted a sort of close to reality story,
Right.
in a sort of parody and caricature of it. But I don't think that it had a message. I don't think that it had something that it wanted to leave you with. And I've been trying to search for what that is, and I haven't landed on it. I feel like there were a lot of unanswered questions that were left in the plot. It's fine. I mean, Paul Thomas Anderson is an incredible filmmaker, and if you watch any of his films, they'll leave you feeling the same way. But I also, he does a lot of like snapshot in time films, where it's not going to carry you through necessarily like an arc, but it shows you a scenario, it shows you a situation. And I do respect him so much as a filmmaker, and everyone who was on the cast. I mean, the acting was unreal.
Oh, it was unreal.
My favorite performance in that movie was Sean Penn. I think that he committed to a character that was so unlikable and irritating, and it just the physicality that he had in the character, I thought was masterful. Yeah. Chase Infinity is a beautiful, incredible actress. And I'm so glad that this was her breakout role. I'm really excited to see what she does in the future too.
And I think that this year it's been, I mean, it's the first year, obviously, I'm paying a lot more attention to movies. Um, the message really, I mean, for someone who has watched way too many movies on TV, go to the theaters,
Go to the
because the
theater.
experience
Go to the
of going
theater.
to the theater and watching those movies on the big screen was absolutely incredible. But I loved the fact that there was some young, new actors, some that were much older but that are just carrying, the industry. The stories were fantastic. I think that the movie slate is really strong. I think that the art is well and alive.
Yeah.
I think that watching the Golden Globe yesterday, and even the TV series. I mean, Pluribus
Yeah.
is a fantastic freaking story.
Yeah.
So
pitch.
I think I think that what I come out of is that through the gloom and doom and through the AI and all those stories, artists are raising the bar.
Yes.
I think that it is true in the movie industry. I think. I mean, as far as this year, my feeling. I think that we need to do that more in the interior design business.
Yeah.
I think that we need to.
The bar needs to go back up in interior design.
I think the bar needs to go back up, and I don't know what that looks like, but I think that let's go back out. Let's go back to see things in person. Let's go back to talk to people. Let's not settle and buy and look at AI sites.
We were just so you had a dinner party over the weekend, and there was an incredible point of conversation that came up, and it was about social media and interior design. And because social media is it's just visual, it's images and videos, and can feel really overwhelming. There's so much content that's out there. And sometimes if you watch enough reels or watch enough videos or see enough images, sometimes you can feel like, oh, I can do that.
Right.
And interior design, it is a deeply personal industry. You're working with clients. This is where they're going to live. And we talk about this a lot on the show and with designers, how important it is to create that connection but also to bring an element of taste and knowledge about the history of design into it, and I feel like what was brought up was that there are a lot of people right now that are trying to get a space to look
right
a certain way without considering what it's like to actually be in it, or the quality of the furniture, the quality of the fabrics, how something actually lives. And when you design an entire space with furniture that's fast furniture, that's something that could easily fall apart, that was ordered online and never sat in, you don't get the same experience that you do when you have the opportunity to go to a showroom and sit down in something and feel what it's like to actually have this in a space. And the conversation was really interesting too about AI and how creating AI interiors, like I did that, and I liked doing it. I thought it was interesting, but the fact that AI interiors are really taking over in a lot of ways.
Well, online,
and social media.
It's nuts. But I've always been extremely vocal on getting, the importance of getting together between gallerists, artisans, designers, artists, antique dealers. And I think that now it's ever more important. And I'm not, it's not like fighting AI and fighting the future. I mean, it's like, and if the future is looking like AI, I don't know that it's going to make us, that much happier. I mean, it's like, at the end of the day, I'm not, I think that it's important to communicate and be artists again.
Yeah.
And I think that watching the Golden Globes last night, the big message was they call themselves artists. They take it seriously. And for a lot of us in the design, for example, in the architecture field, are definitely taking this thing very seriously. I mean, we were talking to Jamie Rummerfield,
Yeah.
and the work that she's doing to preserve, Altadena and Pacific Palisades. I think that everybody's is taking that extremely seriously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the kind of tidbit, the conclusion of
Yeah.
Let's 2026. Let's try to
Do it in person. Do it in person. If you want to find furniture, do it in person.
Yeah.
If you want to buy clothes, do it in person.
Right.
Try it on. If you want to see a movie, if you want to experience a piece of art, go to that. Go to a movie. Go to a theater performance. If you want to talk with your friends and connect with people, do it in person. That the online landscape has transformed in a way that is taking the humanity out of the social part of the media. Like the social isn't there anymore. And the more we are connecting with each other and learning from each other, something that we brought up is like we used to have connoisseurs. And we still have some, but people who knew everything about something. And so if you had a question about that thing, you knew that you could call up that person and say like, hey, you know all about this thing. Can you tell me about that? Rather than going to ChatGPT and asking the question. And I feel like when we are relying on each other more, we're building a stronger connection. And there are holes and gaps in humanity and society right now. And I feel like that kind of human connection can solve it. That can create what it is that we've been seeking. It has existed. We were just trying to find shortcuts around it.
Right. And the other part of it is to realize that we are all in the same boat, no matter what. If we change, maybe in terms of our views on the world and politics, at the end of the day, we realize that we're all trying to, the search of happiness, I think. And so when you talk to people, it makes it a little easier to be like, okay, everybody's, lots of people are really, 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 really nice. And, when you look online, you think that everybody is an asshole. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. So that's, and I think that, spending that much time on movies and watching that, I think that the message was neat in that respect.
Yeah.
Now, I do have a beef, and you did a TikTok about it.
Yeah.
The role of men in those movies, maybe we need to just one role where it's a good guy. Maybe just
There
one.
aren't a lot of good white guys in films these days.
No, and
like
I'm like,
and it's not just like good as in well intentioned. It's like good as in put together. Like,
Right.
get your shit together. I feel like every white guy character that we saw in any movie this year was just like a guy that couldn't get his shit together. And it's like I would love to see that again. Like for a woman director who is telling a great story. Like I think that Hamnet was a good example of that, because obviously it's William Shakespeare, and the way that he was portrayed was very, very well done. He had his flaws, but he was still a human being at the end of the day. And then there's a movie like Marty Supreme, and I'm not going to get on a high horse about it because, listen, everyone who was involved in that movie did an incredible job. Everyone did a great job. And I'm not like, the casting on that film, spectacular. Odessa A'zion, I'm in love with her. I think she's amazing. I'm a huge fan of hers. And then, there's Timothée Chalamet, who did a great job. He did a great performance. I have no reason to dislike it the way that I do. But I don't. I wanted so bad to like that movie. I went into it hoping that I would love it. And it's unfortunate that taste is subjective, and that, there are certain things that I like or that I don't like that
Yeah, well,
nobody else agrees with. It's that, and there's, I will never like speak ill about the movie. Did I like it? No. However, there's nothing wrong with it. Truly. I feel the same thing about Frankenstein. Now that's my fault. And I will say that.
Yep.
Because the biggest problem that I had with Frankenstein was that I saw it on a TV and not in the theater. So I'm hoping to be able to make it to a screening. That's another movie. I want to like it so bad. I went into it really excited about it. I really wanted to like it, but I watched it on a TV and I feel like I couldn't finish it. And I want to finish it. I want to watch it. I want to give it its due. I want to like really just give it as many chances as it needs. I want to like it, but I just didn't. I love the book so much. It's my favorite book of all time. And I wanted to. I really wanted to. But anyway, I know I'm going off on a tangent. That's neither here nor there. But here's the other thing that's really great is that you can have opinions about something and also be wrong at the same time.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And a lot of people probably think that that list is completely wrong. But
personal opinions.
The more important thing is that all those people went to the movie theater and watched those movies on a big screen.
Yes. And so I will see Frankenstein on a big screen. I'm glad that we saw Marty Supreme on a big screen. I
probably said I would have turned that off. On a TV,
on a TV, honestly,
I would have turned that off.
Probably would have turned it off. Yeah. Gosh. Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on. What do we have? Let's see. Okay, so we have our reading list. We do need to get to our reading list. Give me some highlights from your reading list that are coming up for this year.
The one thing I finished the Art Thief, which I thought was a really good book. Transported me to Europe. I thought it was not very deep, but very fun. Obviously, 1984, I'm going to plow through it because I'm like, oof. Are we, and it's funny because I read the damn thing when I was a teenager, being like, oh, yeah, that's the Soviet Union, bad people. And now I'm reading it and I'm like, oof, I've lived a long life. And so that's another one. I am also fell in love with reading plays, and that's been like a discovery because that literally, the last play I read was probably, Molière, and I read that in 1981.
Oh, before I was born.
And 2026 is starting like it finished. Okay. Hey, kiddo. So discovering plays has been incredible and fun. So I'm excited to read a lot more of those, and I'll keep you posted. But The Glass Menagerie was great. I'm reading Waiting for Godot, which is really fun, and I'm so sad that I couldn't go see the play in New York because they must have had a ton of fun doing this on stage. So that's one
that is done. It's done quite a bit. So I think that
if it comes up,
next time that it comes up, you'll see it.
I'll go see it. Yeah. So that's been also a discovery and or rediscovery, and then reading. I know it's there's a couple books that I'm a little scared to start, but one is called Capitalism. It's a history of capital, and that's a big one.
Isn't it like 1,200 pages?
I think it's pretty. It's pretty. So I'm gonna go with a couple more, of the lighter. The lighter ones in between, and then I'll tackle that one on. Because I love those books, but then they're a little. Sometimes it's a little like.
Yeah, history can be a little dense.
Yeah. What about you?
So at the end of 2025, I read Parable of the Sower and Wuthering Heights.
Okay, Wuthering Heights is because
It's because
the movie's coming out,
okay,
and Lordy is.
I know. Listen, and it's the same reason I really want to love Frankenstein. And I feel like I'm gonna have the exact same experience with Wuthering Heights, the movie, but like. Jacob Elordi is encouraging me to read, which I appreciate.
Which is great.
No, he's so handsome. He's very good looking and he's very tall. And actually, was it the first time we went to see Bugonia? We saw him at the theater at the Grove on a Saturday. Jacob Elordi at the Grove on a Saturday, crazy town. I did not expect that would happen, but there he was, and very cool, very cool. Inspired me to get wired headphones. I am influenceable.
By Jacob Elordi.
But yeah, he's a babe. But
I didn't notice that for Elyse, hey, what do you, Elyse? Hi, and nothing there.
I'm just, I was not starstruck, but a little enamored. Also, I did laugh out loud when he snapped a photo of his own movie poster. It's fine. It's fine. I would do it too.
Oh, for
I would
sure.
do that for sure. I would take selfies next to it. Anyway, but I did read Wuthering Heights, and something I'd never read it before. I knew about it, but I didn't know that much about it, so I went in pretty blind. And why is it a romance? Because it's not that.
Just don't spoil it. Well,
I'll say is it is one of the most brutal and painful books. The characters are all awful. Everyone's awful. Everyone's mean. And there are a lot of things that I did take from it and things that I found really interesting in the allegory of class. And there's a lot happening in it that I really found value in. But I will say that I was glad to finish it. And then I immediately jumped into Dostoevsky. Very different tone. Lots of fun. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, because in my head when I'm reading, I'm pronouncing it over and over again. But the brothers Karamazov.
Sounds about right.
Anyone that I've spoken to that's read it also doesn't know how to pronounce it, so I don't feel bad. But I'm deep in the middle of that. It is an 800-page book. I am 220 pages in. Let's go. It's actually very fun. It is a fun read. It's very interesting. A lot is happening. It's pretty wild, and also it's written with a lot of sarcasm and some humor that I really appreciate. So
who knew the Russians had a sense of humor in the 19th century?
I've giggled aloud a few times actually. It's fun. And also dark, and there's a lot happening, but it's an enjoyable read. So I'm doing that, and yeah, I'm going to be getting into some books that I probably should have read by now. That's kind of what this is. So like I have an English degree. Okay, that's fine. We can all understand that I have an English degree and haven't read these books, but I never read Fahrenheit 451. That is one that I want to get to. I haven't read Slaughterhouse-Five. I haven't read Tuesdays with Morrie, and Sula by Toni Morrison. So these are all books that are on my list, and then a few feminine rage books because,
Because
for fun.
Why not for fun?
Hey. Parable of the Sower was so far in the past few months, it's been one of my favorite books that I've read, though, by Octavia Butler. That it is dystopian, but not far from where we are, and it's heavy. It's a very heavy read, but it's really, really beautiful, and there's a kind of hope in it that it really all leads back to, again, community and like creating relationships with people one-on-one and how revolutionary that can be. So yeah, nice.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
And for whoever is listening to the podcast, if you have a book recommendation, please DM us.
Yes, please DM us your book recommendations. I would love that. Also, don't make fun of the ones that we are reading. I don't know why I'm so concerned about that. I feel like that's even more vulnerable than most of the stuff I talk about usually, of like what I haven't read. Isn't that silly?
That's very silly.
Yeah.
I think that the fact that you're reading, it's already a
Do you
good
know
thing.
that the average American reads no books a year?
Yeah, I'm sure that
Yeah.
that's well. I'm an average Frenchman that didn't read books for way too long. So I have to do a lot of catching up. You're young, as you mentioned it before, um, so you'll be fine. But yeah, I mean, it was actually fun to talk about it on Saturday night, and we
Yeah.
gave Alexandra a couple books, and
Yeah.
she was excited. And same thing as let's support writers and books. And one more thing, we actually went to a bookstore to buy those books. We did not order them.
No.
There are
Skylight
many.
Books in Los Feliz. Let's go. I love
Let's
that
go.
place. I
So
love
let's
that place.
support mom and pop and whatever
Yeah.
that's called,
Local
the
bookstores,
local
not
bookstores, because
not the
there's
big
the
ones. Yeah.
Skyline,
Uh-huh.
and then the one that's on Sunset that we went to and had a great cup of coffee.
Stories. Yeah. Great flat white.
So great flat white.
Yeah.
Great selection of books. So that was another thing that was really fun, to be like, you know what, we're gonna make a list and then we're gonna go to a bookstore, and I love that.
Yeah.
So we can bypass Amazon.
Yeah, we don't have to order everything from Amazon. You can just
Especially
do it in
when I mean, luckily in LA, and luckily in LA, there are still a few. I mean, there's the bookstore on Larchmont also that has an okay selection. So yeah, support.
Yeah, there are a handful of incredible bookstores in Los Angeles. There's also Counterpoint on Franklin in Franklin Village. Love that place.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
is that the one?
Yeah.
That's
Right next to La Poubelle.
right next to La
I
Poubelle.
normally smoke cigarettes in front of it when it's closed.
So that was another part of it that made me feel really good.
Yeah. A good way to get into the year, for sure.
And
Yeah.
Restaurant-wise, we have not experienced any restaurants.
No.
So we'll try to.
No. We got to do something. Got to go check out some new ones. But unfortunately, we have to mourn the loss of horses. It's so sad. I do think that they're going to open back up again, but they have been closed and are indefinitely closed. And that is heartbreaking, because horses tiramisu and horses Caesar salad are two of my favorite foods on earth. And the fact that I don't know when I'm going to have them again is, I don't know. I'm grieving. I'm grieving the present loss of horses. Hopefully it does open back up, and hopefully it does so soon, because gosh, it's so good there. It's so good there. But there are a lot of new restaurants that are popping up that we must try. So if you know of any great new restaurants and you want to recommend that we go check them out and talk about them on the podcast, let me know. DM us, email us at clutterbravado@gmail.com, and we'll go check them out.
Yep.
Yeah. So we should wrap up. But before we do, the events we have coming up. So Palm Springs Modernism, February 12th or 13th?
13th, yeah.
13th through the 16th. Palm Springs Modernism. We're going to be back there. We have a booth again at the Modernism Show. I'm very excited. We're going to be surrounded by some people that we love, and we're doing some interviews there. There's also an incredible SIA party that I don't think we can talk about details just yet. But once we have more, and once we can start letting you guys know about it.
Yeah, and follow
we'll
SIA
chat about
to
it,
make
yeah.
sure that they are you're in tune with what they're doing.
Yes, Save Iconic Architecture. Follow them if you don't already. If you've been listening for a while, you should be following SIA. But follow Save Iconic Architecture, and we'll be doing a fun little event with them. And obviously, Pickled is coming up February 20th through 22nd. I'm going to mention that on every episode until until the day comes. So yes, you can get tickets. I'll put a link in the show notes, and then also you can find it in our link tree as well. And
we have some fun new guests. We already recorded one episode
Yes.
this year with a good friend of yours. That was so interesting.
So interesting.
And we have a couple more coming up that I'm really excited about.
Yes, getting artists, designers, creatives of all kinds. So into this we're calling this our second season, basically, because we took an extended break.
Yeah.
We can call it the second season now. But moving into this era of Clutter Bravado, there are a couple changes that we're making. So the first is that we're going to be putting out episodes every other week rather than every week. So not every Tuesday, but every other week, you will be getting a new episode, and we will make sure to announce it on social media, and make sure to follow and subscribe to us on wherever you listen to your podcast, Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or anywhere else. We're on there. And yeah, you'll get our new episodes every other week. Second change. Is there a second change?
I don't know. I mean, we're opening up to...
We're diversifying our guests.
And
Yes.
I think that we started that way because we had Jeff Saad, the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
We had a restaurateur. We had artists. We had architects. So, now we had Danielle from Perfume Head. So we did that. I think that we're going to do more of it.
We're doing more of that. So branching out a little bit away from not like we love having designers on. We're going to still keep celebrating our designers. That's what we love to do. And that's what our core is about interior design and lifestyle. But we're really bringing the lifestyle element into that as well, into culture, into art, filmmakers and musicians and other artists and creatives in Los Angeles and California.
Artists and creatives, which I think the design world is a part of that.
Yes,
we are
absolutely.
artists and creatives, and I think that that's why I'm really happy to be able to include more different branches of that world.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, I mean, I feel like we're starting 2026 off on a great foot. I'm very excited. Again, still super optimistic about the year that's ahead and what we have planned for the podcast. It's going to be super fun. So again, make sure you're subscribed so that you can follow on to everything that we're doing. And any last notes? Anything?
I think that I'm glad to be back.
Yeah.
It's been too long.
I missed it on the sofa. I missed it here. I'm glad I'm back. It's nice to be here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Clutter Bravado is filmed on location at the Kimberly Denman Showroom in Los Angeles, California. For inquiries about our furniture, a directory of our guests, or just to reach out with questions or comments, email us at clutterbravado@gmail.com. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Clutter Bravado. Thank you.